don't know if there's been issues about seals.
Got it. I will say he said you don't need to. He didn't say don't do it. All right. So there is an EMS pack in here, so it's nice, goodies. BVM's still in there. The AED is still inside because it can't be out in the cold and going through heat cycling. So there's a similar cabinet. We'll go look in there and keep it in there. So
is that a full BLS bag? We got BLS drugs in and stuff.
It is. It was pretty much what was in the old 303, and I just grabbed the bag and put it in it. So it's not a BLS bag. It's nothing more than you'll find some shit in there. So, but no, it doesn't make this an EMS truck anymore. So, yep. Other than that, drum repair kit, your sponge material. We got more of it over here. We'll take a look at some more absorbent pads up here and in the back. The rope rescue equipment that is on this truck. I had to concede there is a chimney bucket on here with the packs, the chains, etc., etc. I'd originally taken it off. One fancy load of one way or another we have on here is this high-rise pack. Okay, so 1 3/4, 3 Velcro straps on it. Basically, grab it here, shoulder it, take it to where you need to go. It's 100 feet of hose. It's not too bad.
That's the one they show you when you're wearing your air pack that you just throw it over the back and you carry your tools and now you got this.
You bet.
It is kind of nice. And it's
working out with it.
And to be honest, it's pretty quick to put together. They had actually recommended not having the nozzle on and connecting the two ends to protect it. And I'm like, doesn't do much good without the nozzle, so I preloaded a nozzle. Yeah, like yeah. Try to hold it like a garden hose with your thumb over it. Yeah.
You check the handle for integrity on that?
What's that?
You check the handle for integrity? The one that I had off of 321 broke.
Yeah, that was the spare that Kevin threw on it. We didn't have another one.
Broke off here.
Oh, so I can pull it back.
It broke off there too.
We're in the process of opening in some rooms.
All right, so is that more of this decon kit, which is the decon kit we had for, and an additional decon hose. Almost all of the tarps on the truck are here. If you didn't know, the old 303 had a tarp in almost every compartment for different reasons. Tarps are all here. The only one I left a tarp is on the other side. You'll see with the Genesis tool, there's the green canvas tarp that we can throw down quick. That's probably the one we'll need.
Go ahead and leave them up. So,
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
When we come by, we can...
Before we get there, so on here, air bottles, this one's empty. I got 3 here, 3 on the other side, and this side, and then you'll find the fire extinguishers are also in these compartments on the other side. So air bottles and fire extinguishers. It's a really nice decon kit. I really appreciate you put that together for it. Okay, on down here, this is very similar to what was on the other side of 303. It's your tool board. Paint tools through here. One broom. So one of the things that didn't come over from the 303, there's no brush fighting equipment on here. So the 2 water cans are gone, the Indian cans. All of the rakes, those have all gone over to 2 in there. So all of our brush fighting is basically a station 2 now. Okay, so that's one thing. Push broom for that. 2 cans of Speedy Dry because I had 1 and I used it and we needed 2, so now I have 2. Circular saw, wood sawzall. There's rescue sawzalls on the other side with the torch blades. I'll show you those when we get there. Everything it used to be with the chainsaw and our torches are still here. Okay. One more thing on this side. Your new ladder cap.
These guys are bigger. I'm safe.
You're safe.
You're safe for you.
There you go. It's right there. So we no longer have the 35-footer. We have a 24-foot extension ladder. We still have the 14-foot roof ladder. And then inside this compartment, you have the hard suction. You have the ceiling puller and the collapsible attic. Here, deep down.
Oh, got it.
All right, I'll leave that down. Nobody whacked their head on that for now.
Hard suction with a hook inside.
Yeah, that's the ceiling puller. I think that's like a 14-foot ceiling puller. Yeah, it's a longer pike puller in here and your collapsible attic ladder. Yeah, and that's probably a good segue to where we have all our New Yorkers now. Even though they say pike pull, all our New Yorkers are here, with the exception on the tool board, there's a 4-foot New Yorker. Okay, so hard suction is pre-attached here, so we don't have to screw around with that. And just for your convenience, you have one mallet there and another mallet there and another one in here. You'll notice this is the one place that I don't have a valve on the inside. So when you go inside, you're like, hey, why I don't have this one here? The only reason for that is when you're filling from the hydrant, you don't have to keep running inside to do it. You can fill and shut off here when you're doing the hydrant. So that's your preferred hydrant fill spot. Okay. This is the, again, kind of hydrant stuff. So I have the 2.5 by 2. These both have the Broome County 2.5 stores pre-connected on them. Okay. Or it's just good old-fashioned pouring stores on it. And it's a little more, you gotta open up.
The one up there is the same.
These two are the same. Yeah. Hydro tags in here now. And the new minion tool is in here.
Somebody's saying that there's supposed to be another part to that.
Gurney says it's rumored.
Okay, that might be what I heard it wrong.
I just don't know. So.
So they only gave us half of the
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, no.
No,
Your
that works for the whole hydrant. Yeah, no, Doc and I, we went over it. It works for the whole hydrant.
water thief's in here, and your blitz monitor is in here now. All right. Continue around. So, my favorite part of the truck right here. Stairway up top. There's a beautiful walkway to load hose. It is spacious and beautiful up there. So if you have a chance to go on up, you'll see I had some extra 1 3/4. It just sits there. It's not pre-connected. There's nothing on it. It's just some extra hose because I had to your 1,000 feet of LDH is here, and then this is attached to your 2.5. This has a cartridge just like I did on top of the 304. So it's 50 feet of 2.5 in basically a wad with this rope tied around it with the nozzle in the center of it, so you don't get hit on the head when it comes down. So tug on this, you're going to get it, and then you can just go with your 2.5. That's all pre-connected. All right. And if you want to go up later, we can pop that up, and you can see what I mean by the cartridge. Working our way down. So, what's that? What's that?
We're asking for one of those ladders on 304 so we don't get killed.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's one that would probably have to climb.
A perfectly empty board? No. So supposedly we have rescue jacks on order, and they are going to mount here. So this will be our rescue jack mounting area. Right now the only thing I have in here is for the fan, which is right now borrowed from 301. We do have an electric exhaust fan on order coming in, and again, it will go there. We tried to set this up that lots of rescue stuff, but if it's electric, it's here, it's a little bit here. So your cords are here, this is here, the fan is here, and we get into the tools, they're going to be down to here. Airbags are mounted here. From here, read your signs, the only way to find your way around. All your hose adapters are in here with your hydrant wrenches and your spanners. I told you those other mallets here. Air hose, if we go somewhere else and we need to fill our air bottles, we can go and have this be the adapter to get there. We do have one of the gated Ys on here. We now are using these Sawzalls, so they are not battery powered, they're still plug in. Again, go with what the power is, but we've gone with the quick disconnects. So we don't have to screw around with the tools anymore. The one setup for wood on the other side still has the, you need to use the Allen wrench. We now have two very bright battery powered scene lights. These things are wonderful to use. Switch on top to turn them on and off. Right now the batteries are in the cab. I just haven't got them mounted. They eventually will mount here. The reason we're mounting things in here is that's where the power is. There's not an outlet on this side. So right now I have the DeWalt battery charger, and the battery chargers for these two will eventually end up in here. I'll let you know when that happens. Otherwise, you got your hacksaws, your windshield cutters, your lube, your extra blades are all in here. Next down, all our air tools. So you got the air chisel, the airbag inflator, your airbag controller, and no small bits.
Did I say we're out of bits?
We have the long bits, we don't have the short bits.
Do you let Kevin know what we need?
I put it in the report that I send to you
Yeah,
and
no,
Kevin.
but, okay, so Kevin's got a. I couldn't remember if
Oh,
Kevin
yeah,
was on
no,
there or
I-
not. I couldn't remember.
It's a long-standing joke that I put it on the report every month.
No, I know you.
Yeah. We now have two impact wrenches. So we have the air impact wrench, and we do have the electric one, which Chief can tell you how well it works for changing tires. Yeah. So with the power cord, we're all good. Your DeWalt, everything else is in here, and this is where the wheel tool is sitting currently. Any questions so far?
What was that half a wheel well used for?
That's to put on top of a car if you're doing the steering wheel pull. Put the chains over the top of it to give you a little bit of leverage. Half of our cribbing is gone here. You'll see the next tranche of it is 2 doors down here. Same as we had on 303. So this is the come along J-hooks, chains, and a spare rope. We did put the Kodiak set on here. Kappa Bears somewhere with the logs that we used to have on here. So I don't know where they went. But this is the Kodiak set that we have on here now. Just caution for both. These both are probably 2-man lifts. They are heavy as hell, so just be careful getting them down out of there. As I mentioned, 3 more air bottles over here, and this is where we have 2 extinguishers. We have the water can and we have the dry can. We no longer have CO2 on this truck. Okay. This is everything Genesis. So do not have pre-connected hose on a reel anymore. You just have the tool. The tool comes out. We either do this or just grab and put it on the ground. As I mentioned, this is the one place I still have 1 tarp. So grab the tarp out, get it down, put your tools down on that. Still have the 2 chuck stocks here. Got the short rams, long rams, the 2 of each, your 4 kits for your rams, and your cutter, your mini cutter, real cutter there, your brake pedal cutter. Glasses, since we're going to do a rescue out of this, is most likely where you're going to find your glasses. So they're in here. You grab them and wear them. Your crash kit is still in here. And way in the back is the oil to the extra oil for the cutter.
Would it be worth having a quick connect on these for the hoses?
Yeah, we've talked together about it. We should have, from the old hoses, an extra set.
Yeah, put those right on so you can just snap the hoses on in 2 seconds.
Yep.
We have to do that.
Yeah. Folks that haven't used these a lot, even though they look like your normal air hose, quick, there is a pin you have to line up before you can fit this back. So that is something to keep in mind. That's the pin right there. It won't go if it's not lined up. What's that? Yeah, because there's room. There's probably another 6-8 inches that can go back. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's good. Good point. As I mentioned, more of the cribbing here. This is the only place the step cribbing would go. The rip pack is in here, along with our rescue breather, buddy breather hose. You'll notice there is a full MSA pack in here. That's because the officer side does not have a mount for an MSA pack. So the officer's pack is back here. Okay? Cross laser here, and that brings us around.
So do you have spare fuel for that?
Spare fuel for it? Not on here. Yeah, it uses gas, but we do not carry a gas can. The only fuel we on here is the premix that we have for the chainsaw. There's a quart of that on here. Truck check, I do make sure it's full each month though. So, don't know how long that'll run on 1 tank of gas.
That's a good question. We've
did.
never run out to my knowledge
Yeah.
using it, but
Yeah.
we either got lucky.
We're gonna run out now. Thanks. Thanks, Dee.
She started
Yeah,
it.
it's Gwen. She jinxed.
We haven't yet, but there's always a first.
Nice job.
That's the outside. Any questions on the outside so far? Okay. Inside.
If anybody hasn't been in there yet, go ahead and get in there.
Yeah, we will. We can go through this a little slower with folks, but the big thing is you don't have the pack on the officer seat, as I just mentioned, and you do, as you can see, have the joystick for the front monitor, and you do have cameras in there. We'll talk about driving this in a minute. Here. For all the firefighters, not the pump operators. Biggest change in here, no pulling tags, no doing that. The packages come out, okay, and they just go back in. If you don't like doing that, you can pull the yellow handles. When you're putting them back in, just make sure you get it down in this gray thing. And you get a good fit and go back in. That's all there is to it. Batteries are up here.
Oh, they're laying, are they loose for now, or?
No, these are mounted.
That is for,
Those are for those two lights.
this is what happened the last time I was over here. You can't see up here because this is in your face.
That's fine for me.
Well, you still want to be able to go through.